Right then. Oh, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And yeah, welcome back to stream. Welcome back to Twitch. Hello, everyone. I'll only tell you that my hilarious trucking skills. Oh my god, chat. So there I was playing, because I've been playing a little bit of Euro Truck Simulator in my spare time. Like, it was ever since so basically me and Catler, we tend to game until the small hours of the morning, just playing whatever nonsense catches our fancy. Typically we play a lot of Total War Warhammer, but using a mod called Grimhammer SFO. It's like a conversion mod, and we've become so dependent on it as a gameplay experience that we really don't like the game without it anymore. Anyway, Grimhammer's in the works, right? It's being updated because of the new update that updates the greenskins, adds that high elf faction. And so we've had nothing to play while this mod has been under development. Euro Truck Simulator was something that we played about a year ago, and we've decided to dust off our steering wheels and give it another go again and have a ramble around, which has been interesting. But today we managed to get Jane on, and let me tell you, it has been the funniest shit I have ever seen in my entire life. She fit all over the road, like, and she's new to the game. Obviously, Jane's new to the game, which is hilarious. Quebec, how many push-ups can you do? 1. If I'm upwind. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Poet. Yeah, it was fucking, yeah, it's fantastic. Quebec, are you British or Australian? Dunno, mate. Not a clue. I'm quite clearly Australian. Sorry, Tate, I apologise if you ever see that. Forgive me. Indeed, anyone else. Alright, show it off. Absolutely not. Nobody wants to see that. You mean updraft, I guess. Road rage. Road rage basically was it. She basically, I was stopped at a traffic light and she didn't realise. She came screaming round the outside and basically got stuck between the outer lane guardrail and the grass. And she had to like drive off-road following the edge of the road to fucking find a gap in this fucking like reservation divider. It was hilarious. I've never laughed like it. So yeah, U-Boat. Been a while since we've played. We've still got our save with Blade here. Should be relatively interesting. You follow us after a butt-puckering experience over in Plymouth Harbour. I think we were doing some espionage. Yeah. Thank you very much there to Slunky McGee. There we go, got there. Thank you very much for the 5 months there, sir. U-Boat, more like US boat, because we're suffering from claustrophobia in this quarantine. Can I get an amen, brothers? Can I get an amen to that? Lovely. I'm just going to kill the Cold Water soundtrack. You have a lovely time, Jane. I don't think Jane's hanging around, so I bid you adieu. But yeah, I'm going to bounce out, so... Or she's going to bounce out, I guess. Let's see who or what we're going to be playing here, if I can find the thing. Looking forward to doing some more Skyrim. I've actually been really enjoying Skyrim these past couple of days. Still need to mod it. Here we go. So it's we're in U96, as you can tell by our little emblem here. Our little sort of... What would you call this? It's a fucking... swordfish, I guess? I don't know. I guess. Looks like it. We're on the 16th of February 1941, so relatively early war there. We've got our skipper as the Blade himself, and we're currently on an espionage mission in Portsmouth Port. Portsmouth. So let's have a look. Hopefully this will be okay. Airplanes arriving shortly after the enemy gives an SOS signal may mean an aircraft carrier is stationed nearby. Interesting. That's a fair point. It's a very fair point. Awesome. Right. Let's have a look here. He's got the burp. There it is. Miss J burp. That's the one. I'm glad. I'm glad Ash finally got his emote. Ash has been fighting tooth and nail to get that emote for the longest time, so I'm glad you finally got it, sir. Right then, so here we are. We are currently chilling out at 10:30 after completing our Portsmouth Harbour jaunt. So let's head over to the leading officer and declare our mission completed. As bold as the day he was born. Very true to form. Right, let's have a look here. So, mission summary. This is the previous mission. We didn't do anything like this last time, so we're sorting it all out now. 4 days at sea, travelled 3,400 nautical miles, 20,000 experience, a new officer, a leader is now found and on board, and these are all of the objectives we completed. Excellent stuff. We got some XP as well. If we say goodbye to your man, then we should be able to send a lot of these guys off on holiday, or at least that's the plan for the moment. What I want to do is make sure that everything is installed properly. If I can, Mr. Skipper, or at least Dutch here, let's get you to run the ship. Probably not to red light, but to white light running if you can for me, just to get everybody out of action stations. It should be relatively chill. Skipper, can you come over here and have a look at the supply ration, see what we've got with us food-wise. So we've got a little bit of cheese stored away, some bread we can add to that, very nice. We've got a little bit of fish, take some veg on board, that should be good. We've got a little bit of cheese left, but not too much. It's not awful, not amazing. I seem to remember us getting through a lot of our armor-piercing ammunition. No, that was in the previous one. We've got that all sorted. Refresh on fuel. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Unthinkable. Hello, really love your streams. U-Boat mainly, thanks for this streams. No worries, Unthinkable. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And thank you to Shadow Killer there for the 13 months. Can I get a cube salute for Mr. Shadow Killer? Well, and Unthinkable both. We'll take it both there. And yeah, thank you very much to the both of you. Very kind. Words. Not very good with words. Would you believe? Great voice, awful eyes. And brain. The bit in between. Not great either. To be honest, I'd change the front. Yep, that's it. Lovely stuff. Right, so what are we... I mean, I don't really know what to do. We didn't really do anything. It was just an espionage mission, basically. Not much went on.
Yeah.
Just getting a little bit of food and sending the guys on holiday, I guess, for a little bit of experience. But outside of that, not much happening. Let's go and talk to the leading officer about taking a vacation then. Oh, we've got a scam train going. Thank you very much there. Game Stuff 14 for the 4 months. All the cube salutes coming out. And thank you to H-Bomb 57 as well for the 8 months there. Very, very kind. 4 and 8 months respectively. Very kind to you both. Hopefully you're keeping well. Das Boot has dropped. That's it. Let's take a look at these. So we've got espionage of Cardiff docks, which we probably want to avoid. We can do another patrol up by Northern Ireland. We've already done one up there, though. If we come here, we can do a patrol down here. Now, I'm tempted to go back up by Northern Ireland, mainly because I need the influence. That's obviously a big thing for me. How are we doing in terms of headquarters and research? Not very much going on. We now have a leader to be able to complete some of these objectives here. So we got ourselves some other things. Various upgrades and stuff. Aerial reconnaissance, stash, military stash, don't need to worry about that. Let's get equipment production sorted. More replacement parts and medkits and potassium absorbers will become available. Let's get our new captain, or new Bellamy lad here, Mr. Jürgen Hoffman. We won't give him a name until we actually get him on ship, so it's going to be a little time. So we're going to get him on equipment production. It's going to take him 11 days. We should be good to go. Skipper, let's radio in for some rest and relaxation for the crew here then. We can't even do that because it's only available in 3 days. So let's have a look here. We probably want a nice, short, easy patrol then, due to the fact that we can't go on a rest and relaxation in between. So let's go on Sector BE here. Take it easy. It's only a short patrol. Yeah, if we can't go on holiday and reset our discipline, then there's no point going out for an extended 2-3 week patrol, because discipline and morale is going to be shit. So we're going to go for a short mission in the knowledge that crew morale and fatigue is going to start setting in because they haven't had any time off, basically. Don't espionage Cardiff, that's it. Right, let's go with Sector BE then. It's, like I say, a very easy mission, but we need the short duration of this patrol, which is easy. Weather is expected to be calm and easy in this area. That's what we want. So, Patrol Sector BE. Excellent stuff. We'll go and rock and roll with that. Skipper, are we all loaded up in terms of food and things? If I can, Mr. Dutch, can you come and check the galley for me? Let's see how we're doing in terms of stores. That's not... I mean, that could be doing better. We need to skip a little bit of time. We've got some bread. We probably want to put some veg in there as well. Let me see what I can get just from the warehouse briefly. Food-wise, got some veg there. We'll take on some more spuds. Let's grab those spuds and then let's call that a rest. We'll go for 11 hours here and then we'll crack on. Okay, let's set sail then. Mr. Blade, if we can, we're going to come out of the harbour here and then we're going to come out up this fjord and then out towards our patrol marker on the other side of the Bay of Biscay. Should make for an interesting journey. If we can get a head standard for me, please, manoeuvring. Let's rock and roll. There's Mr. Blade himself. All ready and raring to go with his captain's cap on. Very nice. Got a beautiful beard going, does old Blade. And in real life as well. Fjords in France? Yeah, maybe not. Right. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Bay of Biscuits, that's the one. Excellent stuff. Good to see you all. How's everybody faring? Has everybody had a nice day so far? Have people been doing alright? I imagine most of you have been working. Some of you have been off work. Shops at retail on a whole is due to open in 4 days here in England, but I have had no word from my work as to whether or not we're going to be reopening in any capacity or what my new work rota is going to be. I've got no idea. Look at Discord DMs quickly. Have a look. Congrats, you no longer have to wait for manual emote reviews. Your emotes will now be available immediately upon upload. Congratulations, Jane. Jesus Christ, yeah, you having to wait a million years for that kind of stuff, wasn't it? Right, good stuff. So, let us begin our turn to the left here. Any second asked guys are going to be changing over. We do have some crew members that need to hit the sack, really. So, Mr. Wilhelm, if I can get you to a bunk, just to rest. Skipper, let's get you on navigation. And Dutch to the engine room, if I can, just to make the whole affair a bit more efficient. Take one extra crew member with you. Try and keep discipline and crew stress down to a minimum. Basically, because again, the guys haven't had any time off. They've already had a very intense 4-day patrol up doing espionage right underneath some fucking British frigates and destroyers and stuff, so that's been pretty nasty. So yeah, getting them to just chill out and have some time off is going to be quite important. Moving away at 10 knots then, our registered sort of objectives for the mission are to sink 4,000 tons of shipping, mercantile shipping, that will be, trade ships, and then to travel 1070 nautical miles inside the marked area, so that should make for a fun affair, I'm sure. So everybody else is chilling out and ready to go. Let us speed up time. Hey, Quebec, how goes the week? Not too bad. Literally nothing happening. Body clock is totally ruined. We went to bed at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning last night. The thing that's bad is that it's not even a struggle staying up that late. It's like been a bit of a disaster. Oh god, sort of appeared from out of the land. So yeah, that's been interesting. Trying to think what else has been going on. Not really much else has been happening on Planet Joe, to be honest. It's been pretty damn chill. Just sort of been hanging out with the other half with the missus. We're going to have spag bowl tonight. We're having quite a late tea because we had a late lunch, so we're going to be having a very late dinner. Quebec became an owl, basically. How is the new house? The new house is really nice, tactical racer. As of right now, we've had no major issues with it. Everything's working as intended. We've figured out when all the recycling bins and everything have to be put out. The recycling bags, I should say. Because they're in like these weird like plastic bags. Like we don't get wheelie bins for the recycling here in Dudley. How's the DayZ stuff? Not too bad at all. I've just been balancing loot tables. I've been playing a little bit here and there with Jane, but DayZ, as good as it is still riddled with the same old bugs that it had before. I found myself a little bit frustrated because of the fact that I would manage to find a car and the car was really bugging out, and then I managed to get it to a drivable state after about like an hour, and then managed to crash it into a small bush that was in the middle of the road that looked like one of those Armour 3 type bushes that you can just drive straight through. It was rock solid. It was like a twig. It was like crashing into a cactus succulent, and it wrote my car off. It was like fucking, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, I haven't been on since this morning. But other than the usual DayZ shenanigans with stability and whatever, it's been totally fine. I've been quite enjoying it. Obviously, been doing my Euro truck, which has been great. But yeah, it's been all right. It's been okay. Not much else happening outside of that. Obviously, been doing my streams. I've been enjoying Skyrim. You should be getting more Skyrim in the not too distant future, because I have been really enjoying that. Once this fucking U-boat gets away from me, I'll be able to crack on. But yeah, until he does, we're at his mercy. How's the kid, Quebec? Oh, he's doing fine. He's doing fine. I'll tell you what was a source of great amusement. We had obviously one of those, do you know, like those for sale signs, you know, in the, you know, the drive it into the front lawn kind of thing, you know, it lets people know that with rented accommodation you have a to let sign or let by that, you know, just advertises the estate agent that did the letting. Obviously you're allowed to take that up as of the first day of your tenancy, or at least, you know, in our case we were allowed to. And yeah, the bloody oh god, it's like we put it in the garden. And fucking the... I don't know why I can't go any faster. I think that U-boat is literally stalking me. We put it in the garden, just propped up against the fence, and it's kind of like... It was by the back door, and it's kind of like fallen in such a way that it looks like it's peering through the back door at us now. I kind of get a bit of a shock every time I look through the back door because I forget it's there, which is interesting. Inner child, that's right, my inner child. Travel mode, there we go. Finally got away from that U-boat. Let's speed up time a little bit then.
Oh,
everybody's well rested. We're going to go for an officer change here as we come into the night shift. Thank you very much there to Primal Bear. Q, you got gorgeous. Sorry, Q, you gorgeous bastard. Happy 10. Thank you very much, Primal Bear. I'm contractually obliged to reply with no you to gorgeous bastard there. Thank you very much, mate. Very kind. Thanks for the 10 months, sir. Right, so we're going to change over the officers here, just so that people are well rested. We're going to get you off diesel engines, please, Mr. Dutch. Can you come and hit the sack, if that's okay, with whichever item you most prefer. Let's go with Wilhelm down to the diesel engines. Take one person with you for ease of maintenance. Captain to the bunk, and Elf to the navigation station. Keep our position triangulated. We've got a couple of auxiliary crew members up on the watch deck, just keeping a general look around, but other than that, it's totally a-okay. We want to get into our patrol sector before we do any real skirmishing, which will be interesting. So we want to come like pretty much straight if we can, just to try and reduce the distance and travel time. We shouldn't get intercepted too badly by the RAF. They won't just be flying around for no bloody reason. There we go, and we're going to be changing the officers over again. It is now 12 o'clock noon. Sea state is not too... it's choppy, it's not rough. It's very choppy, but otherwise, a little bit of rain kicking about. It's not too bad. Tactical Racer, Bear Song lol, absolutely not. It's become a point of contention amongst the community. Some people love it, a lot of people hate it. They share my distaste, this hatred for that bloody song. So yeah, no Bear Song, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on which side of the camp you're on. Elf, if we can get you coming back to bed. Blade, if I can get you over there. And Spent Ammo, if I can just get you on the radio station just to see if there was anybody, any commands from the Admiralty. If not, we can radio in this U-boat. Yeah, just release that additional crew member. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, so the crew profiles on screen are just officers. Yes, so these ones are just the officers, and then the auxiliary crew members are kind of mindless drones that can be attached to them that take care of the various other functions. Nice one. So yes, currently making a comfortable 10 knots. Nothing too hasty. Very chill. Very easy. We've got to kind of... definitely you want to be going ahead standard in this weather. Ahead 2/3 would probably be a bit slow. Right. Bit of music. Why the hell not? Ship looks a bit low in the water. Submarine. What do you want? No, it's true. For some reason the ship does run really low in the water. I don't know why. The devs. It's just something like in rough seas the conning tower is frequently swallowed with water. I don't know why. It should be running a little bit higher, but what can you do? Right. Let's keep just keep rocking and rolling, I guess. Speed up time. We want to try and get into our patrol sector in reasonable time. Oh, incoming transmission from BDU. Let's get that sorted, get someone to help you with the reconnaissance work. Okay, let's radio that in, see what that's about. We have information that crucial technology has been loaded on the freighter Delaro. I'm not sure. Must be sunk at all costs. Its predicted location is 4624 north, 1814 west. Let's give this a try then. So we've got a large HX convoy. Let's rock and roll. We've got to go for intercept. We're going to keep running at a head standard. We're going to intercept it 379 miles. We've got the shipping chart, or the estimated course of where that ship is going to be. So everything should be relatively chill there. So that is our mission. Mr. Spent Ammo, if you could come off duty for me, please. We'll probably do an officer rotation. Blade, if I can get you over to one of the bunks, or get you over... No, that's the skipper, isn't it? Skipper to the bunk.
Yeah.
Elf to navigation. There we go. I'm getting there. And then Wilhelm to the engine room, if you can for me, please. Then take one person with you. Big thank you to Emily Snow there for the 5 months there. It's time to cube hydrate. Very well. We shall have a slurp. Fresh cold water. The missus turned that up for me. Oh, lovely, lovely sheep emote there. Which emote is that? That is a sheep's howdy. Good God. Looks like the golden nugget miner. There's a reference. Not everyone will know. Right. let's keep going here. So we want to speed up time, and we want to commit to the sinking of this hostile convoy here. Unknown if it's escorted. We shall find out though. Going to be intercepting them over here. I used to love golden nuggets. Yeah, man. I'm on the Country Crisp, Gordon's Country Crisp stuff at the moment. Okay, we definitely need to change over some officers here. Get a bit of rest kicking around. Release that auxiliary crew member. Elf to the bunk. Wilhelm to the bunk. Skipper to navigation. And then Dutch to the engines, if you could. Just to keep our usage to a reasonable level. Must be an engineer. There we go. We got it. Good stuff. Right, it's going to be sort of very early morning for our intercept, it looks like. Well, no. Yeah, we say very early morning, just the crack of daylight. Probably could have done with getting here at a little bit of a different time, but, you know, what can you do? Okay, Blade, if I can, let's get you up to the watch deck for us. Take 2 additional crew members with you. Let's see if we can spy with our little eye here. See what's going on and about. Keep us going at a head standard, not much else going on here. Dutch, if I can get you down to the bunk here just to rest. Wilhelm, I'll get you down to the engine room, please, just to take over. And we'll leave no additional crew members. We'll leave it unreserved, just yourself looking after it for now. Let's see if the increase in sight is going to help us spot things. Let's see here, potentially targets just ahead of us. Have a look here, see what's going on. Gold Miner Joe, that's it. Can you explain the Battersea Dogs and sorry, what the one from the Battersea Dogs home, the one from the armor bullshittery? That's like a really weird thing from that's from work. That's from Specsavers. I know that sounds odd, but a friend of mine who I work with, his dad, if he ever got sort of prank called, or not prank called, but you know, like telemarketers and stuff like that. You know, people who ring you up and say, hey, you know, we've detected a virus on your computer. We work for Microsoft. And yeah, basically he used to, whenever he picked up the phone, he used to answer with Battersea Dogs Home. And obviously, so some corporate type doesn't want to try and sell anything to them. So they're like, oh right, they just put the phone down. Anyway, that's the reference. That's a weird one. I've never been asked that in all the years. My boss still does that. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, that's the story. We're going to come and intercept somewhere up here if we can. We don't need to run subsurface just yet, although that said, we are... what? We're actually running with the sun to our back here, so we should probably run at least deck awash. Because, yeah, it will be relatively easy to spot on the horizon. Let's go down to deck awash. And we'll go from there. There we go, Dutch is getting out of bed to spin the valves. We're going to just fill the ballast tanks up a little bit. And then we'll sort that out as best we can. We do have the better accumulators, which is nice, but again, visibility is pretty fucking good at the moment. Which is bad for us, which means we need to start to sink out. Lovely. So there should be some chaps that get on the dive planes, although they've been a bit funny about it recently. Dutch, can I get you to the forward rooms for me, please? We've got a shitload of T1s, my favourites. We're going to get you to start warming those up, if that's okay. Brilliant. Got your watch officers there. Blade, if you can get off your watch officers here, come and jump on the observation periscope for me, please, Blade. Or clear the watch deck. Easy there, lads. We are now deck awash. See, this is what I'm on about. The water like rushes over the conning tower for reasons I don't understand, but what can you do? Okay, there's actually quite a bit of water in here. What's going on with that? Bilges are full of water. Not the attack periscope. Come down here. Run the pump for me, please. Why is there so much water lapping around in here? Let's pump it out. Should be fine. Stations are empty. You don't have sailors working in the conning tower. Won't see anything around us. That's fine. Water levels going down at a reasonable rate. Yeah, we can't have people working up in the conning tower. Let's go full periscope depth. Let's get Elf over here. Switch the pump off. We'll get him up and out of bed for now. We've got Wilhelm on the electrics. Take one person to help you with the electrics there, please, Wilhelm. Yeah. Thank you very much there to Rassi for the 22 months. Very kind. What's your opinion on the George Floyd thing? Well, it's in the nicest possible way. I'm not looking to affiliate any kind of political opinion with me and my Twitch channel. We're going to stay impartial. Obviously, it's an awful thing that happened. All of the rioting and the looting is terrible. Obviously, what actually happened to the gentleman in question is awful. I don't agree necessarily with the whole ripping down of the statue in the south of England. That was nonsensical. I obviously understand people are passionate about it, but you've got to remember what that statue was in the time period that it was built. It wasn't a glorification of... Anyway, it wasn't a glorification of what the guy did. It was to commemorate the things that he had done, the better things that he had done. Ripping down the statue in the snapshot of history when the statue was built, you know, that's why it was there in the first place. So, you know, it's one of those ones. But we're not discussing that here on stream because it's not about that. It's a minefield. It's a minefield. So yeah, in the nicest possible way, we're going to steer well away from that. None of that here, if that's all right. I'm just here to play games. You know what I mean? Keep the real life stuff in real life. We're here to fuck around and sing some English. It's what we want. It's not a minefield, it's a submarine. Now that's the truth. So yeah, it's an awful thing that's happened, but yeah, there's no reason to discuss it here. Right, so, sonar then. Let's get Mr. Spent Ammo over to the listening room here. Let's get him an additional crew member. Let's have a look. Now, our hydrophone is going to expand here. We're going to run the engines. We're already making 7 knots, which is very good. I'm going to come up here. Ship's propellers detected. There we go. Let's speed up time. Thank you very much there to Yoshi MC for the tier 1 sub. Very kind. No politics, so back to 1943, of course. Everybody knows there was no politics in 1943. Okay, we're kind of like sort of giving a reasonable chase. Sort of like a 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock chase here. Looks like... I'm guessing it's going to be on one of these rear neutral ships. That's where it normally tends to be. Thank you very much there for lack of a better name, which is a beautiful username, might I add. Right then, let's have a look here. So we are very close now. Nautical mile or so. We want to come up this way to the right here. The accumulator should be able to do that for us. Because we want to kind of get a little bit ahead of them. Swimming with giants here. Keeping the periscope down. I'm going to go ahead full. Head flank. The accumulator should be able to do that. There we go. The real limiting factor is going to be oxygen and discipline, but discipline's fine for the moment because we're bounty hunting. Okay. Right, so I am now going to slow down time. I'm going to bring us to a head 2/3, and I'm going to come full left facing this direction if I can, swinging the boat around hard left. And then what we're going to do is, Skipper is currently up in the attack periscope. We are going to raise said attack periscope and begin servicing our first targets of the day. Now, our first target is going to be this freighter here, because it's right in front of us. We don't know whether it's our target, but we can assume that it's not because of the naming on it. So, let's go to manual mode. What I want to do, actually, before I select manual mode, is just make sure his scope is up. So, let's raise the attack periscope here. The blade should start to lift this up out of the water. There it is. Very nice. We're going to quickly get Dutch on warming up torpedoes here because he's not doing that. Let's get them all warmed up. Start with the T2s there. Wilhelm, we're going to be coming down to a full stop here very shortly. Let's come this way if we can, please, gentlemen. Wilhelm, if you can come forward and warm up another torpedo, that would be grand, actually. Come and warm up that T1 over there. So both the engineers are now warming up torpedoes. Skipper, if I can have a good look through for me, please. Manual mode. I'd like to recenter and then change the boat left if I could. There's one of our ships. Okay, let's lock on that. Is that the ship I am currently going for? Probably not. Let's see here. Are there any other ships to the left? No, I guess that is my target. Right, this is the Empire Lear, British ship, which lines up kind of. We've got war materials. Let's begin with an identification. Now we've got, what, 2 mast, single funnel at midships. 4 funnels. Superstructure looks a bit smaller than that. I think that's it there. Yeah, okay, so we've got the 2 main masts, the rear stand there, the small box turret at the back. I think that's okay for us. Okay, we're going to set it as an Empire Explorer. Recognise the statometer for the target. If we press Q, we've got to set the ghost ship at about that level. That's sort of on level with the waterline, so about there. Set. About 1 nautical mile, which we know to be reasonably accurate, and then the chronometer, or the chronometer, let's get that set. I estimate this to be moving at about 7 knots or so. All very interesting, eh? Right then, cute, you have always been so chill when in this game, I love it. Thank you very much, Racer. You wait until we start missing torpedoes and stuff. I don't imagine we're going to hit our torpedoes here, but we'll see. We're still a reasonably long way out. It's quite a long-range shot. And set it as about 7 knots. Okay, angle on the bow is always the tricky one here. We're going to come to a full stop. Oh god, I'm really way off. Holy shit. Okay, we're going to have to come ahead 1/3 as we make our manoeuvre here. This is going to be quite tricky. Right, so with 20 degrees right rudder, we're 20 degrees on the right here. He looks like he's moving sort of 110 by my reckoning. Sort of 110, and we are 20 degrees right, which means we need to set another 20 degrees, so let's call it 130. We will set. Let's give this a try. We'll fire both of these shots in anger if we can. Not sure why I cannot open this screen here. Hello? I'm confused. I am confused. Why can I not open... There we go. Right, okay. Ready? We're going to fire a probing shot out of tube 1. Let's give this a try. So, firing point procedures. It actually looks like he's only sort of what? Looks like he's actually coming up to sort of 5 to 0 actually, so we should be able to set this. Once this crosses over the 0 line, we should actually be a bit better to take this shot. So it's coming over. What's my estimate? 100, I think so, as he comes over the 0 line. Let's set that. And then shoot. Okay. We'll see if that has any yields any fruit. Not entirely sure. We are quite reasonably close to the target. Looks like this might be a connection. It's hard to know exactly. Sort of come this way like that. Is this going to be a miss? I think this is going to be a miss. Or it's just going to barely hit. No, it's going to go past the front. Or just barely missed. Okay, just barely. Okay, so we were a tiny bit off. That's fine. It's probably because we were making a maneuver while we were doing that, which is a bit of a naughty one. We're going to come to an all-stop. Okay, we're now 350, 10 degrees left, so we're going to drop that down to 22.5. 22.5. We're going to send tube 2 now. Why is this not opening? Come on. There we go. Send it there. So close, barely. Now coming up to 5. Let's call it... Yeah, we'll send it like that. Should be a bit more inclined to hit. Let's see. That looks a little bit better. 10 degrees left. Does it? Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, that's on the money. Right where we want it. Very nice. Very good. Large fire on the foredeck there. Very large fire. It's absolutely wrecked their forward mast. Nice nasty hit for them. That's going to be a large fire for them to extinguish. Hopefully that spreads relatively more rampantly than I would like. That's a big hit for them. Are they starting to list? I think not yet. Looks like it's mostly just fire damage there. Hard over. Full right rudder. Ship is starting to burn up nicely on the foredeck there. That's a large blaze. Okay, brilliant. Not our target though. So we're going to hold here. It's a miss. Yeah, the other one's a miss. Okay. Right. Now comes the need for some accurate fire. Wilhelm, I need you forward warming up one of those T3s. Forget the engines for me for the moment. Get that T1 reloaded. Large fire is causing a lot of damage to the forward bulkheads. A lot of waters. That ship's probably a goner at this rate. So, one of the ships that we need... That's the... Delaro, isn't it? That's the ship that we're after. It's the name of the ship that we want. So we want this ship. That's the one with the materials and stuff on it. Yeah, so we want this one. Is it sinking? Yeah, she's gone. Fire on board, abandoned ship. She's gone. Any second. There we go. And we've already completed our minor mission. As I say, it's an easy one. So that ship's going down. So our ship is going to be that next one. We're going to work them in order, though. We're going to get to this next British ship over here. See if we can get an accurate shot on him. So if we can come slightly higher in the water, please. Let's call it 6 meters. Let's call it 7 for now. Just give the captain a bit more room. Right. Manual mode. We want to come up scope as best we can. That guy's going down. Come on. I need more rise on plane. 6 meters. Bring me up. I need to be able to get above the wash. He will do as a target. Right. Let's lock him in. Let's see who we're dealing with here. It's going to be some kind of... In fact, it's actually exactly the same ship. We've got an Empire... What? Explorer. Recognise that one? It's exactly the same setup. Let's go statometer. Set its estimated... thing there upon the highest mast, roughly that distance. That's fine. Let's go to the chronometer. I'm guessing he's still going to be making 7 knots. Actually, that's a very long range shot. We're going to give it a go though. We've got the torpedoes. Let's go for a chronometer. It's going to take a bit of time, but we can have a go. I know your thwarted love for Bakewell tarts. Are you aware McVitie's now does a cherry Bakewell chocolate digestive? That sounds like pure diabetes. That sounds awful. You can listen to the fucking Das Boot theme there, Venator. I'm not allowed to anymore because of the whole DCMA stuff. Okay, angle on the bow. I reckon he's coming up to... He's pretty much dead on to us, which is great. Tubes ready and heated up. That voice, I'm doing pretty good, Nico, thank you. Is he still making 7 or is he slowed? Making 5, he has slowed down, you see. That's sneaky buggers. Right, okay, so this man here, I would say is coming... He's not quite 90 degrees. I would say he's more sort of 100-ish. So we're going to set him down at the 100 mark there, pretty much dead on. And we're going to flood and shoot tube 3 at him. Hopefully it's going to be good enough here. We've got those being loaded. Let's send a torpedo down range. Shoot tube 3. Very nice. Get it down range as quickly as we can. Now, your man is loading torpedoes. Let's get more heated up there. If I can, I need another heated torpedo, please, Wilhelm. Give me what you can there. That torpedo's got a hell of a distance to travel. We'll start working this next one that's meant to be a little bit closer. This guy. This is probably going to be an easier target. Let's lock him. Is he a same ship? Exactly the same ship. We've got ourselves another Empire Explorer. Range to target is what? Let's see here. No, skipper, get back on that thing. I need you back on the targeting site for me, please. Let's not fuck about. Attack periscope, manual observation. Get it all the way up, son. There we go, 360 periscope. Just reset the statometer, front and center. All the way up. There it is, right. Lock this guy. Right, where were we? So, statometer estimated on the target here. Roughly that kind of distance. Set that, 1 nautical mile. I'm guessing he's making 5 knots as well. Might be a tiny bit off, but we'll see. see how we do. Right. So at the moment what we're doing is we're taking the, so the statometer gives us a rough estimate of range, using the information from the statometer and then cross-referencing that with the amount of time that it takes the ship to move across our crosshairs here at a dead stop will give us a rough indication of target speed that we can use for torpedo data calculation. This guy's coming into the 0 mark as well. We're doing well. With no escorts, these guys are easy prey. And stop, set. 4 knots, even slower. Okay, let's have a look here. Tube 1's ready to go. Angle on the bow, I'm guessing, is going to be what? He's nearly at 90. I'm going to call it 95 degrees. 95.6 we're going to set that at. Although he is coming left a little bit, so we're going to set it. We're going to set it as dead 90. It's a hit. We got a hit on that long-range target. Brilliant. We're going to set it at roughly 90 degrees. And we're going to send it. Set. Ready. Flood tube 1. Full speed. Shoot tube 1. Tube 1 is away. Okay, let's take a look at our hit on the other guy here. Small fire up front. He's kind of shrugged that off a little bit. And that other ship, that freighter, I'm not sure where the hell the other guy was. I'm glad that we got this hit. Really glad we got this hit, actually. She's got fire on board. Lots of flooding. They've abandoned ship. Excellent. She's a lost cause. New contact, Magog. Very well. Okay, another high-speed torpedo coming out here. T1 steam. So far, she's looking true. Excellent. Excellent stuff. This one actually might hit astern or at midships, we'll see. So far looking good. The other ship is sinking. Not bad yet, chat, not bad yet. Looks like we're going to be hitting dead at midships with this one. Excellent stuff. Shot coming in. And very nice. Excellent stuff. Nice shot at midships. No fire. It's a hit, minimal damage it looks like. Okay, we could go for another shot on that guy, but we'll see. Wilhelm, I need you warming up torpedoes, bro. Get away from the engines. This guy is going to be the real kicker. Might be able to finish him off with deck guns. That's a class 3 oof right there. I know. Okay, she's taken the hit. No fire. No fire. That's it. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Manual mode then. He's what? I'm guessing going to be using the same torpedo data calculations, but I don't think we've got any warm torpedoes. New angle on the bow is as follows. He is listing to the right, but it isn't that bad of a list. Okay, let's get a new angle on the bows. I'm assuming everything else is going to be the same. Pretty much, again, 90 degrees, although he's 90 degrees right now. Tube 3 loaded. How are you doing, chaps? Are you getting all that warmed up? I do hope so. So what? He's coming sort of 100, but he's 5 degrees right. So I'm guessing sort of 95 is going to be the place to hit him now. Let's set that and send... Oh, God, this one's nearly done preheating. Come on, come on, come on. I want to get another torpedo out on him. Come on, how are we doing on the preheat? Come on, Wilhelm. Looks nearly stopped. You might be right, actually. We might finish that guy off with the deck gun. No, she's definitely still... yeah, she might have come to a dead stop. She's definitely listing. Okay, the next big fish for us is going to be... not the Sarverton. That guy's probably a bit hard to hit. We're gonna lock on... I mean... the Spartan here, right, this is a neutral Swedish ship, but it does not have the technology we need. The technology we want is on board a ship called the Malmo, or whatever it is called. So we could probably wait until that ship closes the distance, and then we could go from there. How's this guy doing? He's very slow, minor damage. Very frustrated. Okay. We are going to keep working it as a primary target. You keep warming torpedoes. Go for tube 3 now. Manual mode for me, please, Skip. Right. Let's keep going here. So I'm reckoning he's making 4 knots. He's pretty much dead on with us now. 90 degrees on the bow, 15 degrees right. So let's go with this thing. So he's pretty much 90 with 15 degrees right. So we want 105. I'm going to send one down range using the same speed, 4 knots. Let's do it. Come on, come on. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Flood tube 2. Maximum speed. Shoot tube 2. Torpedo away. Nice shooting. Right. Up and off we go. Well, it's going the right direction. We got that going for us at least. Let's take a look at her. Looks like it could be... Yeah, it looks like that's too fast. Unless this guy makes a bit of a beeline here. Yeah, looks like 3 knots might have been the better choice. Let's see. Although... Oh, he says that's not bad, actually. If anything, it might go a bit astern. Oh, it's looking healthy. There we go. Yeah, hitting slightly astern. Another one in. Yeah, that's a big hit. Yeah. Large fire. Hey Q, thanks to you I just bought this game. No worries there, Gwynblide. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your purchase. Bismarck him, that's it. Massive fire astern. She's going to be popping a wheelie. There we go. Yep, all of the red coming out of the... Yep, the water line starting to lift up. An absolutely rancid list to starboard there on the stern side. A lot of water being dragged onto the aft deck. Oh yeah, she's gone. Yeah, that was critical. She absolutely lost herself there. She is out. Excellent. Another ship bites the dust. Now this next one is going to be quite easy. The Delario. It's pretty much just fucking roughly aim and fire. Manual mode. Let's go up, 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 up. Unlock the target, and we're going to want to swing all the way left. Our next guy is going to be right next to us, pretty much. There he is, the Delario. Lock target. Let's get... This is a different ship, I believe. Is it a different ship? Actually, no. It looks like the exact same variant again. Or a very similar one. Let's go through the identification book. It's got... Could actually be this. An Empire Bell. I think it's actually a Bell. That's a different ship, isn't it? No, actually, because there's no... No, I think that's actually the Bell. Yeah, this is the Bell, because the rear mast is now... Yeah, so these are now... That's now in front of the rear mast. So yeah, this is a Bell, I believe. Yeah, we're going to go with a Bell. Recognise it as an Empire Bell. Let's set the statometer. This one's going to be close. Set target, 1 nautical mile. Well, I think that's maybe accurate. We'll find out. In fact, actually, I think I was going the wrong way there. Statometer. Set the water line about... Tallest mast about there. There we go, 9 cables. That looks more like it. Right, chronometer tool. Chronometer. Let's get that set and... Right. This should be pretty good. What we do once we've got a rough sense of speed and stuff, we've just got to wait for the ship to get into a more favourable position for torpedoing. Shooting at this steep of an angle, so if you imagine the torpedo going straight out, you're much more likely to get a glancing hit or something weird happening, so... Stop the speedometer. Yeah, set. 6 knots, give or take. Okay. Angle on the bow is very steep at the moment. He's pretty much coming straight towards us, so this is going to be crap. So he's pretty much coming like, what? I would say sort of 120, and closing on the right there. He's currently, what? 35 left? Okay, so 35 left. So if we crank that down by 35, that takes us all the way to 85. We could get one out on him. I'm going to give it a go. 85. Blood tube 3, max speed. Let's give it a go. She's turning. We'll give it a try. Shoot tube 3. That's all. I've tabbed out. Let's get some more torpedoes warmed up there for us, please. Reheat or warm up, sorry, tube 1. Let's get that going in on him. Very close range shot. Looks like it's actually going to go way front. Not way front, but front enough to miss. Yeah, it's pretty far off considering I always actually struggle to get my torpedo data right when they're so close. Yeah, that's a total miss, that is. Yeah, she looks like she was... Is her rudder hard over? Yeah, her rudder's hard over. Maneuver. Cheeky bitch. Okay. You know what? I've fired enough torpedoes. We could go for the board. I mean, is boarding still a thing? I probably want to finish it off with the main deck gun, so... Wilhelm, come away. Get down to the engines. Abandon that. Drop there. Take us up, please, Elf. Get us moving at a head standard. Deck gun it? Yeah, we're going to deck gun it if we can. Low air reserve. Up we come. We are now coming up above the waves. Switch to the diesels. There, Elf. Up on deck for us, please. Come on. There we go. Take 2 auxiliaries. Captain, up to the UZO. Take 1 auxiliary. Dutch, release those extras from there. You're doing fine for the moment. Get over here. Lovely. Right, let's put a few deck gun rounds into her. Quickly does it now, Elf. We got loads of armor piercing loaded, so let's make use of it. There we go, and Elf is on the deck gun. Manual mode, armor piercing loaded. Let's go from the reserve store here. So we want to go, oh, not map, we want to go down to there. Right, let's start working her with some shots there. Ahead 1/3. And that hit the, that was a crap opening shot. Right, let's go a bit higher. Wait for the sea state. That was a fine hit. Let's hit some high shots. Not bad. Just got a pepper her full of holes. Get the superstructure. That was a nice hit low on the red. Go for the chimney funnel. Excellent. A little bit of a hit on the back deck. Want to sink this thing. Excellent. Just keep working it with the main gun here. The closer we get, the more likely we are to get a shot in the red. That was quite high. That's going to be no good to anyone. Want to get right on the red there. So the red waterline is where we want to get our shots if we can help it. Or just a little bit low. Water probably arrested the momentum of that one. Let's keep going in. Oh, that one was a bit closer. That might have even landed. These ships aren't the best armoured. A lot of water up front. Sea state is quite... Oh, there you go. That was a good hit on the foredeck. We got a fire. Hit probably some sort of oil reserve, oil canister. Let's put some into the superstructure of the ship there. Why don't you open up on the engine area or send HE shell into the bridge? I don't really have much HE and I've got no way of replenishing it. So my priority at the moment is going to be using armor piercing. They've actually got a bit of a list on to starboard here. Looks like a few of those shots found their mark. Oh, that one hit the water. She's actually listing very hard. Let's get an armor piercing shot in there. Get another one just on the... There we go. That was a good shot right on the waterline. I think she's probably a goner here. All stop. There we go. Yeah, that shot in the stern there. They've abandoned ship with a fire on board. That is the target destroyed. Excellent stuff. What's the total water depth here? A casual and terrifying 4,500 meters. This is deep water. This is a very lonely part of the ocean for sure. Right, the remaining Swedish ship is not going to be our problem. That target's a miss. That's going to go out there, run out of fuel, and then we're good to go. Not bad. Let's take a stock on store here. Mr. Wilhelm, if you could just come away from the engines. How are we looking? We've got 7 shots in all. We got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 confirmed kills. Couple of misses, but you're bound to get a couple of misses. We've completed our secondary objective. And they are left on the waves. Give us a head 2/3, please, manoeuvring. If they did call for RAF help, they're going to be here in the not too distant future. We're going to come up this way. Try and make an intercept in and around here, because there tends to be a lot of traffic. Puts us in range of the RAF, but it makes things a bit better. Let's get down on navigation, make sure the position is all spotted up and ready to go there. Dutch, keep doing your thing. Take one person with you for rearm. Yeah, just to give you a hand, greasing up the torpedo. Shouldn't be too bad. There we go, good stuff. And pulling away. Leaving those guys there, fantastic. How well does this game run? So, Martin, this game, as you can see with like the water physics, is incredibly tough on the GPU, mostly due to a lack of optimization. It's a lot better than it used to be, but it is still pretty rough going. I would definitely check the minimum specifications and stuff. Optimization has been a constant with this thing, to be honest, and it's like I say, it's way better than it used to be, but it's still not perfect. The washing machine having a bit of a chirp there. Giving a hand greasing up the torpedo, eh? Sheep Wars, bit of the old Kappa Pride, eh? Okay, Dutch, you're going to be off of torpedoes as we are not in any immediate engagements for the moment. Let's give us a head standard, please, manoeuvring. Give us a bit of grunt. Not bad at all there. Spent ammo, obviously we're up and above now. Let's get the radio up here. Just get a little bit of music going, I guess. We're not too far away. Let's radio in for our 25,000 successful... Fucking, that's a lot of money, man. 25,000. Paid well, paid well. Excellent stuff. What we also want to do as well, we're going to get spent ammo down to the CERN just to replenish our compressed air reserve. That's exactly right, Spicky. We're getting on it. And then we'll get him back up to the radio. There he is. There he is in chat. Mr. Spent Ammo. How you doing, mate? You in good form? Hopefully people are keeping well. There we go. So what this compressor is going to do is going to obviously take air and compress it down into our compressed air reserve. This compressed air reserve is not for breathing, as you might suspect. It is actually to operate the ballast tanks. Now, if you're not familiar with ballast tanks, they essentially allow the submarine to sink and to raise again using the principles of buoyancy. So as you fill those tanks with water, the submarine becomes negatively buoyant and starts to sink. But then once you've got tanks full of water, how do you get the water out? The way you get the water out is to force high pressure air into the tank. And what that does is, when at shallower depths, it requires a lot more pressure at deeper depths, but it basically, by filling this ballast tank with this high pressure air, you essentially force the water out of the tank, and that creates positive buoyancy and allows the submarine to rise. So that is why you need compressed air to raise and sink the submarine. If you have no compressed air, shit out of luck, man. And if all of your ballast tanks flood, if somebody shoots a big old round into your ballast tanks, then yeah, you're shit out of luck. Those guys picked a very good day to be the crew of the charter of that ship is well, I'd be very grateful to be on it. Let's go Radio Gibraltar. Lovely. Yeah, the alt mark accidentally destroyed in an explosion in November 3042, so presumably it was let go after the prisoners were released. Yeah, I guess. Perhaps. And thank you to Face Taker as well for the 28 months. I normally miss your subs, but I've caught it. I've caught it this time. There we go, yeah, very low in the water. Let's just check for flooding. How's the ballast tank doing? Bilges, sorry, I've got a fair bit of water in the bilges. Elf, if you just run the pump for me, we should be pretty good. Right. Just pump the water out of the bilge. Go over to the navigation table. I don't think you're going anywhere. At least you left one ship to pick up the survivors, I guess, H-Bomb. That's true. Cute, the TeamSpeak incident today was so good. What? With the fucking... with me on the fucking TeamSpeak. I was playing DayZ with Jane, and we were at a military base. I logged on initially because I was doing some loot table work. Okay, context. Let's reel it back. Basically today I was playing DayZ with Jane, and for about half an hour I was sitting in the entry room of the ZF TeamSpeak just talking to everybody in the lobby, basically. Totally unbeknownst to me. I only logged into the TeamSpeak to check whether or not anybody was using the Deddy box so that I could modify the loot tables a little bit, and totally forgot I was in there. And I went to play like played like half an hour of DayZ without realising, and just telling everybody, "Oh shit, don't make any noise. We're creeping along." Yeah, I guess we are even, Face Taker. Oh, thank you very much there. Oh, it's Mr. Mike. Good to see you, sir. Oh, Captain, my Captain, that's the one. Good to see you, sir. For 15 months, Jesus. You old son. Good to have you. Excellent. So currently making 12 knots. We're going to be getting up and away here. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be bumping into, but we're just going to go and explore this area up here. Just see what's about. And we'll go from there. Brilliant. Right. So far, so good. It's a very cheery attempt into the war, isn't it? Nice of them to stop and pick up the survivors. We'll pretend they did. We'll pretend they did. We'll pretend the Swedes helped. Lovely stuff. Right then. All the way up here. Good stuff. Right, Skipper. Let's get you down and rest just for now. Get you off the watch deck. No RAF support seems to have come in any kind of urgency, which is perfect. We're not going to be running into too many bow forts and bow fighters this early on in the war, so later the RAF response is going to be a lot greater and a lot more effective, which I'm kind of not looking forward to. It's going to be a bit of a butt pucker, but hey, what can you do? But now we're in the good times, as somebody said in chat there. We're in the what the Kriegsmarine called the good times, due to the fact that the Allies were not prepared for submarine warfare. They didn't really have any countermeasures at this point. Well, not effective countermeasures. Lovely. Right then. Let's speed up time. Looks like he's actually coming from right to left there, so we could have another target to sink here. If you fucking destroy the British Navy early on in the game, you will get less planes and ships sent at you? I really don't know, Martin. I don't know whether that's been modelled. Right, let's bring it down to a head 2/3, and then let's rig our ship for periscope depth to use the sonar. See if there's anybody about. There we go. Record scratch. Mr. Wilhelm, come and get some sleep for us. Fantastic. I get reminded of the cruiser Emden from the Great War. It carried out an incredibly successful raiding campaign, and the captain got quite the reputation for being incredibly honourable and a gentleman pirate, if you wish. Oh, right, fair enough. A gentleman pirate. Yar. Maybe a gentleman pirate is just maybe a bit less muling than the English from the Black Wake. Ready, cannon. Fucking awful. There we go, going down to PD. I thought we were sinking then, but that is the idea. Right, let's see here. Mr. Spent Ammo, let's get you over on the listening room, take a spare pair of ears. Let's have a look around there. Wilhelm, we're also going to get you off duty, swap you out for Dutch. He's going to take over there. Thank you very much to Mr. Andy, T90. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for the 11. Oh, ship's propellers. I see, we did just miss them. Let's give chase aggressively if we can. Let's go helm, ramp us up to a head full. We're going to give chase if we can. We know roughly the direction that they're heading, and that's this way. So what we can do is we can surface the boat, and then we can give chase on the diesels and get the skipper up on the watch deck, because they're not going to be able to outpace us. Let's pop that wheelie. Mr. Dutch is coming up all the way up from the engine room there. When you're ready, son. We've got chase to be giving. Come on. Come on, the guys on the planes are trying to pop the wheelie. There we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. Get us all the way up there. And then when you're done with that, Dutch, come down and just run the compressor. Excellent. And then take over on the diesels. When you're ready, son. Bit less nonchalant. Okay. Skipper, up to the observation deck for me, please. Take 2 people with you. We're going to try and give chase to them as best as we can. Dutch, come and manage the diesels. I want to get a head flank. I want to get, well, maybe at least a head full. I want to be able to really give chase to those guys. Let's do it. There we go, 11 knots. Get that boat all the way up and out of the water. There it is, compressor doing its job. Excellent stuff. 12 knots. Go on, lads, give it the beans. Go on, lads. There we go. Like a knife through the water. Let's do it. This always makes me want to play Silent Hunter 3. That is a good Silent Hunter. Better than 5. Was it 5 that just didn't work? Like, I've got 5 and it just doesn't work. It's just broken. I'll always remember back when Ubisoft, and I've told this story before, but back when Ubisoft was a better company, Silent Hunter 2, right, was released not necessarily alongside, but in the proximity of another game called Destroyer Command, right? And this was back when, like, you know, companies were less, you know, money grubbing, at least in the gaming industry. You know, you used to get things like free demos. What an alien concept now. So yeah, like fucking basically what happened was that Silent Hunter 2 and Destroyer Command were both naval games that were built on the same engine, and they retroactively made them compatible in their multiplayer netcode, their like server code and like whatever, I don't know what you call it. But yeah, they made them compatible, which means someone who had Silent Hunter could play the same multiplayer match as somebody playing Destroyer Command. And even if you didn't own Silent Hunter, or if they didn't own Destroyer Command, you could still play together. And I could play a Destroyer, and say Catler could play a submarine, and you could duke it out, which was pretty fucking cool for the time. That's such a cool thing, and there's nothing like it really today. I imagine it'd be a fucking hard work to try and get that game working on Windows 10. It barely worked on XP. It was like a Windows 98 thing. I first played Destroyer Command on my mum's work laptop back when she used to work for the NHS. That was fucking Jesus. That's going way. That was the first game I ever played on PC. Destroyer Command, the first one. And Christ, it was shit. It wasn't too bad. It was required. Poor 8-year-old Joe didn't really understand naval tactics. The very first purpose-built aircraft carrier was the HMS Hermes, I think, 1924. Is that right? Didn't the Japanese Navy cobble together something awful? Or even the Langley. Also might have been the Hosho. I thought it might have been the Japanese Navy one, perhaps. Langley was the first. Yeah, I thought Langley was the first. It was made from an old collier ship. Right, so we're giving chase to these guys. We're making good time. We're going to go to a head flank. We are going to give the full beans. There we go. Let's see here. We've got 2 ships. And we're giving chase at a relatively crack speed here. Let's have a look at Blade. Manual targeting. We're up at alarm stance. Like, where are these guys? So they're off the front left here. There. Just spotting those ships on the horizon. They don't really stand much of a chance of spotting us. We're like an insignificant blot on the surface of the ocean here. We're going to cut back to a head full, just to save on diesel strain, and then we'll go from there. Nice. Sorry, but what's the game S year? Sorry, what do you mean there, Ariagato? Martin Alive said, I hope that there will be more studios that make games compatible like that. That is the future I wanted, not this microtransaction in-app Skinner box shit show we have now. Yeah, that's there. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. I also, after having a mooch around on Reddit, found out that I think yesterday marks the 2-year anniversary of the teaser for the Elder Scrolls 6, and I'm sort of like, I'm excited for the idea of the Elder Scrolls 6, but also very worried, right? Fallout 4 was not as good as New Vegas. I know that's up for debate, and that's maybe a controversial. I'm not saying that people didn't enjoy Fallout 4, but it wasn't as good as New Vegas. I think that's a general consensus that maybe we can agree on. Fallout 76 was a dumpster fire, and that was Bethesda trying to be a bit different, so we can almost forgive it. Right? They didn't know what they were doing, and whilst stupid, you know, not their normal IP, or at least their usual route for taking stuff. Elder Scrolls 6 has so much to live up to, so much. Like, fucking the Elder Scrolls is still being, the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim is still being played today. Well, Bethesda wasn't, yeah, New Vegas wasn't made by Bethesda. Very good point. You mustn't forgive 76. True, we mustn't forgive 76, but yeah, exactly, Oakley. It makes you question their competence, and that is why I'm very eager to get the Elder Scrolls 6, but I'm also worried about what it will be, what state it will be in when it releases, because they've got so much to live up to, when it comes to the Elder Scrolls. Like it's still, people are still making mods, modding, playing, even playing vanilla. You know, today they're still playing it. You know what I mean? There are fresh runs that it's like perhaps one of the greatest single-player RPGs of a generation. You know what I mean? Like, it's up there. It's up there. Top 10, easy. And so, what is the Elder Scrolls 6 going to be? Because it has got a hell of a job to do if it's going to be anywhere near what we wanted, or what we want from the Elder Scrolls 6. It has to be an unbridled gem, which is absolutely just, I'm worried with Fallout 4 and the kind of dumbing down that happened in, with the dumbing down that happened in Fallout 4 and the disaster that was 76. Exactly as Oakley said, it makes you really worry about Bethesda's competence and whether or not they're going to be able to deliver. So whilst I'm eager for it, I'm terrified as well. I thought, oh god, Bethesda, no, Bethesda's releasing it. Oh, is it even possible to live up to the hype of the Elder Scrolls 6? I don't think it is. Best as in morally, I see. Is TES 6 confirmed to be in development? Yes, mate. Yes, it is. Personally, I think The Witcher 3 is a better candidate for RPG fame than Skyrim. Do you reckon? I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that The Witcher 3 was bad, but like, I'm not saying that it is bad. It's very good, but I feel that Skyrim more has stood the test of time than, say, The Witcher 3 has. I would say that it is better. Same can be said for Cyberpunk. Very true. I'm worried about Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk has to do well, otherwise, I mean. What are we going to think of Keanu Reeves, poor guy? You know what I mean? Like, Keanu Reeves endorsed it. Surely it can't be bad, right? Right? I don't know. Anyway, let's speed up time. I've waffled for enough. I don't know whether these guys have deck guns, but I don't really want to hang around and find out. I think we're probably going to have to go subsurface and give some serious chase. We're still a good 3-4 miles away, and they can't quite see us. But what can you do? Guten Tag, hello. Bethesda and competence, what world do you live in? Because those two are never associated. Once upon a time they were. Witcher 3 is better than the base game by far, but Skyrim is timeless and arguably better when modded. Yes, I think that is a statement that no one can really snuff at. I think The Witcher 3 versus Skyrim Vanilla takes it, but mods takes Skyrim. True, yeah, for like sort of that modability. Is UBOAT worth it, X3? Now, I'm gonna say, right, this game right, is in this constant state of development and update. It's an early access game. And if you don't like the idea of playing a game that is beset by bugs and counterintuitive gameplay decisions during its early-ish stage of its life, then I would say stay away from this game. But if you are looking for a reasonably competent U-boat sim outside of Silent Hunter, you can do pretty well with this. It's modern, it's up to date, it works. Looking at you, Silent Hunter 5, it works. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. But yes, what I would do is either watch this VOD, watch past VODs, or watch other people play it, and just see whether or not you like the gameplay or combat. We're actually closing the distance with a couple of these fucking frigates, freighters is the word, to try and give them a hard time, like. So we'll have to see here. This is a pure opinion, but to me Witcher 3 does a better job of blending its mechanics into the game world and story. Skyrim with mods is better, yes, but I compare base games since mods aren't part of the original vision of the developers. That being said, the Skyrim Total Conversion mod Enderal is by far the best use of Skyrim I've ever seen. I've not played Enderal. I've not played Enderal at all. I feel like with as old as Skyrim is, if I try and explore every nook and cranny of Skyrim, like with every major conversion mod and I'm never going to finish it. I'm never ever going to finish it. I don't think it will be possible. So I mean, when I do finish, it's part of the reason why Mr. Citrus Jerry, if he's about, I didn't install his museum mod, because there's like a museum that you can get in Solitude and adds loads of extra quests and yeah, and that would have been very nice. But there's so much game. There's so much game. Like, I want to be able to finish it and move on to Kingdom Come, but it's going to be forever. I'm going to be 95 by the time I get to do that. So we've closed the gap pretty reasonably now. What we're going to do is transition down to periscope depth, and then go from there. We're also going to run the ship into red light running, or blue light running actually, for silent hunting. So let's rock and roll with that. We've got Mr. Dutch coming up from the rear here. There we go, good stuff. And I really never got into Skyrim. I didn't either, Martin. It has taken me till now to get into Skyrim. And it's only been through the medium of streaming it that I've actually really enjoyed it. But you're absolutely right, I didn't enjoy it either. Here we go, we're beginning our dive. Gyro compass we can probably turn back on. We'll turn the gyro compass on. Blade, just come and get some rest for now. And then we can go and get you some rest. Release that. Spent ammo's on there. And try and give a reasonable chase here. We will see. Right. Okay. Wilhelm's resting. It's not too bad. We're going to go ahead flank. Ship's propellers. It's going to take us a little bit of time to close this gap, but we should be okay. We've got enough whack on the accumulators. The only thing that's really going to dissipate here is discipline, which is a bit of a faff, but what can you do? I'm going as fast as our ship will go. Got to keep closing the gap as reasonably close as I can. These ships are actually hauling it. They're probably making about 7-8 knots. They probably had report there was a U-boat in the area and then ran old on. You're going to play Kingdom Come? Yes, Gwyn, after Skyrim, whenever Skyrim finishes. But it's the next one in the lineup. And then after that one, if the Elder Scrolls 6 is out, I might even play that. But after that, potentially Fallout New Vegas. So I've got my sort of RPG games long and lined up. Okay, we're going to release that time there, and we're going to line up this way, going left hand down. Okay, everybody's all ready. Elf over there. Blade, I want you up to the attack periscope, please. Dutch, I want you down here for me, please. Wilhelm, I'm just going to leave you sleeping for now. Dutch, can I get you warming up torpedoes, please? Starting with T1s. Let's get that sorted. Total water depth, please. Let's bring us up to 6 meters in the water. Excellent stuff. Let's start our attack run. 8 cables. Estimated distance, that's fine. Okay, let's get stuff warmed and ready to go here. Right. Oh, I've got a dead arse. Right, let's have a mooch here. So, bringing us down to a full stop, please, manoeuvring. Let's get blade on manual mode. Center the scope to the front of the boat. Starships are going to be to the left. First target, lock. Lock. Come on, there we go. Right, so let's take a look. Empire Longford, British ship. 2 masts forward of 2 funnels forward of the rear masts. So we want an Empire. Which one was it? That one, the Bell. Big gap there. Vertical funnels with little funnels at the rear. Brilliant. Empire Bell. Estimated range to target is. Let's see, highest mast is that one with the waterline set. About 1 nautical mile. Rough. Chronometer. Let's have a look and set it as such. We're not going to fire doubles, we're only going to go from there. Crew management, missions and progression and stuff like that, just above the water than under it, yeah. So again, we're trying to estimate target speed at the moment. It's really hauling. Yeah, she's making a good whack. Have a look. I reckon 7 knots, at least. 8 knots. She's really moving. Okay. She's probably running near at full whack. Right, okay. Statometer. Running at about 100, maybe 95. I'd say 95, coming up to 90. 10 degrees left, which means we're going 85. 85, 86 there, near enough. Flood tube 2. Top speed. And then we'll shoot. Shoot tube 2. Weapon has cleared the tube and is running normally. Hard to know. We're locked onto the target furthest away from us for the moment. If I'm honest, that looks like it's going to be slightly forward of the target. But it's going to miss. But we will see. We'll see. She is moving quite fast. The ship, that is. But I think that's going to go slightly forward of her. I don't think... I mean, she is shifting. She's not making too high of a speed there. Maybe she was in a maneuver. Hard to know exactly. See if we can spot our torpedo on the approach. There she is. That's the U-boat. Our torpedo's here. Not looking... No, I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not awful. I think she's still going to go forward. Yeah, it looks like this is a miss. Unless she really ramps up in speed, this one's going to go just in front of her. So I always tend to overshoot rather than under. Yeah. Yeah, just past the bow. Damn, what a good effort as well. Just barely off on the angle on the bow. Okay, let's go for the closer one. We could go for another shot on it. It's coming about there. Okay. Let's get you sorting that. Wilhelm forward, start warming up those T1s. Blade, manual observation. So we were just a little bit off. If those torpedoes were warm, we could make another shot already, but they are in the middle of being loaded and preheated, so I am at the mercy of.
20 Sekunden.
I don't think so, Shadow Killer. I think your distance was off, you reckon? We'll go for another estimate on distance.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Pretty much dead on. It's coming up to dead on. That's not the ship we're tracking, isn't it? It's that one. Other ship's much smaller. Set. Roughly 1 nautical mile. I reckon it was the angle on the bow. I think that 1 degree. I think that 1 degree that I went instead of 85.9 made the difference. Okay, she's pretty much 90 degrees square on here. If that other torpedo gets warmed up in the next few moments, we'll be able to send it immediately. I might just flood tube 4, just in case I have to send a non-warm. It's going to be coming right past the bow here. All at 92 degrees. Come on, come on. Come on, give me that fucking... Give me that T1. Come on, I've got until he gets to there, and then I've just got to send it as best I can. Come on, come on, come on. Give me that torpedo. Yes.
Rohr 1, bewässern.
Okay, let's go again. Set angle on the bow. Away and shoot tube 1. Let's see how we did. Looks a little bit better. Maneuvering. I feel like he's in the middle of a maneuver. I feel like he's maneuvering. There's no way we've been spotted. That looks... I don't know, does that look healthier? I don't know, that might be wide again. It looks like they're in the middle of a turn. A very slow turn. They were coming directly parallel, but now it looks like they're going slightly south. They might have spotted the torpedo. Just wide, I believe. Yeah. I don't think that's going to hit. I think that's going to breeze by. Okay, we've got one other opportunity to shoot at this other ship that's directly ahead of us. So let's line up front and centre. Torpedo's covered half the distance. Lock this one. And this one is a very different ship. An NA1. It's an NA1. Tag it. 40 seconds to impact. Estimated range to target is that far. Are we not warming up torpedoes anymore? Come on. Come on, Wilhelm, please. They're loading up. Okay. I'm probably going to have to just go with colds on this one. Running away from us, sort of 85. 5 degrees right. I'm going to set it at 90. And then I'm going to... What, did I not get distance? Speed. Fuck. Guessing it's a miss. It's probably gone forward of the bow again. It's a miss, yeah. Too wide. Okay. What's the difference between warm and cold? I'll explain in a moment if I can. Set 6 knots. Yeah, good thing I didn't go for that. Angle on bow again. Actually moving just a little bit away. So 85, 10 right. 85. I would say 85, 10 right, which makes it 95. Set. I'm going to send 2 torpedoes with a dispersion of 40 meters. See if I can land these. Fires tubes 3 and 4. Full speed. Go. Maybe I'll even land a double. They're pretty lined up. Maybe I'll land a double kill, who knows? That looks a little bit better. Yeah, the problem is I'm kind of glancing. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to try and get ready on the maneuver here. Wilhelm. Okay, fine. Dutch. Start warming up T1 torpedoes. I don't care. Right, Blade, if you can, start bringing us this way for us, please. Well, not Blade, just manoeuvring. Bring us at ahead full. Interesting.
20 Sekunden.
When you can't aim shotgun? It's weird, man. I'm like very far. Oh, that one doesn't look awful. I think we might have landed at least one of these.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
That looks like it's going to go in. That's a hit, that is. Is the other one a hit? The other one's going to go slightly forward. But one's in. An A1. Don't think it's quite the shotgun we wanted. Oh, say it ain't so. No, it isn't, is it? No, there's no way. No, of course it's not. It's just going to glance again. That's a huge fire. Oh, I've broken the fucking bow off. It's a nasty affair. No, it's not gonna. Surely it ain't. No, yeah, he's going, what, he's full left, is he? Full left rudder? Yeah, full left rudder. Torpedo's been spotted. Pulling manoeuvres. Yeah. If he was going straight on, that would have actually hit. Well, I guess it was spotted. Torpedo evasion. Cheeky bastard. That was the guy that saw me. Don't know. No one even up on the watch deck.
Treffer. Schwere
Oh,
Schäden
Lord.
im Rumpf.
Right, you and me.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi. Der Aal ging der
I'm
Linken
I'm
auf.
doing it the old-fashioned way, my friend. You've wasted too many of my torpedoes. Up we go. There we go. I know the front the front fell off. That's it. Surface and given with the main gun. I certainly am. Yeah, slippery bastards. Maybe they were just really on point with their. Maybe the shots weren't too bad, but they were on point with their torpedo evasion. It's entirely possible. They had me dead to rights there, though.
Herr Kaloi.
Wechseln auf Dieselmotor.
There we go. Blade up top. Elf up top.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get up there. Thank you very much there to DeWolf. Very, very kind.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi.
There we go. Get on top. Take 2 auxiliary crew members there for us, please. Spent ammo. You've done good work. Let's get you over to red light running. Combat conditions. Wilhelm down there. Ahead full. Let's give chase to this Mother Hubbard.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten.
Let's go. We're going to go ahead flank, actually, just in case the RAF turn up. We don't want to waste any time. In the UK, you've done a good job on the radio. Another 3,300. For that, we won't be able to radio in it just yet. There we go, lads. Get forward on that main deck gun. We're going to be giving chase. Just watch the wash, because we're going to be absolutely leaping in and out of the surf here. No offence intended, but you may want to generally adjust it to be... no offence intended, but you may want to generally adjust it to be slightly closer than your calculations. What do you mean? Exactly, slightly closer than your calculations. Ram the bastard, that's it. Right, so yeah, we're going to go in and we're going to finish them off with the deck gun. They can't get away, they don't have any armaments.
Kurs auf diese
We're in a good spot to
Koordinaten.
give chase. Are you close to... Sorry, are you close to air the coast? The coast is over there, so we're a good way away from the coast. Good stuff. AKA 1 or 2 degrees more left than you calculated. Yeah, I think that might be an idea. I don't know why I'd take offence to that. It's a good piece of advice.
Herr Kaloi.
Yeah, come on. Go on, let's have him. Speed up time. Yep, he sees us. He's starting to turn away.
Kurs auf
I'm not having
diese
any of it, though.
Koordinaten
I'm
setzen.
having him. There you go, son. Right. Hold on to a few of these for me. Oh, Jesus, hold on to your carabiners, lads. Can't fire. Start putting them into the main deck. Low in the water. That was a good hit. Right on the side. Let's go forward. One good shot there. Oh, fuck. It's very choppy at this speed. Not bad. Come on, lads. Hold on. Head standard for us, please, manoeuvring. Try and get some of the chop off. Keep holding our current course. We're going to come up on the other side of him. Come on, give me a shot. Small smack on the arse there for your troubles. Or one on the rudder. Come on. Oh, fuck. Exposed his rudder in the surf. Come on. I need another beauty shot like that. Come on. There we go. He's going down in the surf. Give me the red. Give me the red line. Nearly out of that auxiliary AP. These aren't bad, we're just going to keep going. Keep working in with these as we come by. Hang on, lads. There we go. Good hits astern. One of the light boats was popped. Oh, that was a good shot. That hit right on the waterline. Got a splash and an explosion. Very nice. Oh, I can't drop the gun. Can't fire for some reason. Like the game doesn't let me. I'm like trying to. Oh, there we go. That was way too low. Really felt that. Let's get 10 degrees left rudder here. Going for a boarding action, chat. Don't know whether you can do boarding actions anymore. Go on, let's use a HE then. Let's put it right in the main superstructure. Ah, so whoops. Using HE that close probably wasn't sensible. Okay, well, let's release that. Let's get the. You shot yourself. I did. I did an owie. We're very close. Should we go for a... Can we go for a boarding action? I don't know whether we can. Dutch, can you go and, like, grab one of the fucking, like, firearms? Elf, get yourself up on the flak. Head 2/3. Grapple out, that's it. I don't know whether you can board. We'll find out. Got a proper running with giants here. Target the ship. Give me a tickler right. Slow us down a little bit. Get out of bed, Dutch. I need you. Boarding action. Let's go. I don't know whether I can. I don't think I can. Right, okay. Let's fucking go to town then.
Feuer an Deck.
Fucking spray the shit out of their fucking command deck. Don't bring any guns. I'm gonna fucking diddle you. There we go. Burn the fuckers. Eat that shit. You want some armor piercing? You can have some armor piercing. Hold on to a few of these for me, eh? You didn't really seem to mind those. Did we load them or were they blank cartridges? Oh, she's got a lot of flooding at the stern. They are meant to be leaving bullet holes. Oh fuck, watch the fucking thing. Oh! Going for the ram. Oh my fucking god, watch yourselves, lads. That's how you have an accident.
Keep the change.
Jesus Christ, £5 Shadow, thank you.
Ever thought about that when the world was supposed to end in 2012 it was a typo and their real end date was 2021?
Probably. Try and just shit armor piercing rounds through the front of the hull there. She's listing very hard. I'm hoping those bullet holes below the waterline are going to make a big difference. What if I was to just shoot a fucking torpedo out of the rear tube right now? Trying to like... I'll go there. I've got to go... Like what? All the way back around. I hope it won't sink my own ship. I think we'll be alright. I think we'll be okay. Just got to make sure... Right, where am I firing? How do I set, like, bearing, angle on the bow? I've got to, like, course. Too close. You will, but you'll be down one torp. True. As much as I'd like to. Yeah. Release it. Is she really not going? Like, come on. Like, come on. Okay.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten.
Slow us down ahead 1/3. Elf.
Kapitän.
Manual mode. Back to the HE. Spray the shit out of him. All stop. In fact, actually give us back 1/3.
Feuer an Deck.
Nice one. Another little Bernie burn. Excellent. Keep spraying him. Shoot the deck. Could do. Very difficult to get this gun under control. Nice one. Very nice. Very, very nice. That's a big fire. That's got to be a kill, right? All stop.
Grünbro, Sie sinken.
There you go. Good job, lads. Shame about the first couple of torpedoes, but yes, you are right. I should always try and aim a little bit further left than what I think it is, because I always seem to head too far ahead rather than too far astern. So, what can you do? Engines are disabled. Shoot the lifeboats. It is Blackwake. Certainly seems to be. Right. Spent ammo. Radio room. Let's get that sorted. Let's get out of here. Aiming this way if we can. Moving up and away. Radioing our successful kills of the 2 warships. Let's crank her up to ahead standard. Let's get the hell out of here. Elf, come down. Mark on the map. Skipper, just keep an eye out for aircraft. Switch us to daylight running. You're not too badly injured, are you? War crimes, that's it. Maybe because you make them faster than before, it reaches the enemy too fast and misses? Maybe. Want to know what I do in Silent Hunter 3? I go in the area, and if I find nothing that's worth my time, I wait out the mission and go to the British harbours and sink fucking whatever I find. Fair enough. That's one way of doing it, I suppose. Awesome. Right, batteries are being charged up. That's fantastic. Ahead 1, or yeah, well, ahead standard. Sorry, ahead 3/3. Ahead 3/3. Lovely. Right, not too bad. I think that's probably going to be our last engagement for this stream. We've been going for about 1 hour and 50 minutes, so do you know what? I think that once we get out of combat, that'll be a good place to hit save and call it. So we're going to fast forward time, because I've got to cook. We're having like a late dinner tonight. I'm doing bolognese. I'm doing a bolognese. So yeah, not a bad haul though. We've got what? We made 60,000 and then like 8, so we've made like 70,000 credits. Like, we've done well. Like, holy shit. Like, the thing is that we've got no research. Like, fucking Jesus. Like, there's nothing to even research, because we've done this all in a couple of days. Bear Grylls when I can figure out how to stream from my kitchen, short of dismantling my entire setup and taking it in there. It's going to be a bit weird. It's going to be difficult. But yeah, I think I'm going to call that there. So we are out of combat. I'm going to hit save, and we're going to save new game here. Northeast Atlantic, accept. Lovely. And then that is it from me for this evening. Hopefully you've all enjoyed U-Boat. I know it's been a long time since we last played. But yeah, we're just sort of chilling out, having a good time. Tomorrow, no idea what I'm streaming. It's Friday, isn't it? We do have the large Asda shop coming tomorrow. So there won't be an afternoon stream, because the afternoon stream is when it arrives. It arrives between 1 and 2 tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, we'll be on in the evening. Raid the missus or someone. Yes, I think that will be our charted course through Twitch here. Let's have a look, see who's online. So we have available for your eye sockets today Jaina, T-Bows and Poet. Let's raid up. Well, I think Jane's going to be coming down for food. You know what, we'll raid Jane. Why not? I'm going to say I might have raided T-Bow or someone, but we'll raid the other half. We'll raid the missus. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in today. Do feel free to pass on my best to the lovely other half, and I will catch thee all hopefully tomorrow evening, if not definitely the day after, for some shenanigans. So take care, folks, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.